The meeting to order. Okay. All right. All right. We'll call the meeting to order. Welcome any and all visitors, and welcome any public comments that somebody would like to make that is unrelated to our agenda items this evening. None being seen. Scott, would you have any changes to the agenda?
I have no changes for you tonight.
All right. First order of business. By the way, Tony's trying to call in. Approve the minutes of January 6th, 2026. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve the minutes of January 6th, 2026.
Can everyone vote on this?
Yes.
Jess?
Yes, for a second.
Okay. All right. We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of January 6th, 2026. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No one's opposed, I'm sure. Tony's still not there. All right, Scott, we're going to give it to you.
Jess, you have a special meeting for January the 13th also, is that correct?
The minutes?
Yes.
I don't see it.
Yes, there are. They're
Everyone
probably not listed.
on those, if you need to pass them around, that would be those.
Who seconded that first motion?
John.
Thank you.
John seconded the ones for January 6th. So we have the second one, the 13th?
That's the special meeting.
I move to approve the meeting minutes for the special.
Let me see the minutes here.
Okay, these are the minutes for the 13th, sorry. They're here.
Okay. It's on the ballot questions. Okay. All right. I'll entertain a motion then to accept the minutes of the meeting of January 13th.
Move to accept the minutes of January 13th.
All right. So we have a motion to second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Scott, I didn't realize we left that one out.
No,
All right. Scott, back to you.
Next item you have is under action items would be the select board to possibly approve the annual highway certificate of mileage. And are there any changes you want to note, Jess?
So if you'll notice at the bottom, there are a couple of notes from the state. We had to do a couple of street updates based on new mapping or mapping that they're just catching up on. So that added 0.02 miles to our class 2 and then removed 0.03 miles from our class 3. But otherwise, everything is the same.
I'd like to make a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the annual highway certificate of mileage with the amended streets involved. All right, we have a second.
Second.
We have motion and second to approve the annual highway certificate of mileage. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We do this every year, by the way. What does this entitle us to? Money from the state?
Yes. Yes, it goes into their calculations.
Good job. Why don't you sign that?
Yep. Okay. The next item is the select board to possibly approve the assessor's appeal of the 2025 equalization study results. You have a letter in front of you. You also have the CLA and all the other results. Russ is here to explain what he's looking for and his reasoning. Russ?
Okay. So basically, we just barely went over the 20 COD limit. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
We're good.
Okay. And so I thought it might be a good idea to, question what the state did because we are so close. It may be somewhat of a moot point because even though the state says we have to do another reappraisal, the district advisor that Sarah talked to just said that there's no way that any company can do it before 30/31. So even if we get this changed and corrected, it's possibly not going to have any effect on the town. So, but it would be helpful to understand what they did and why they did it. I flagged sales and assessments that I thought should be entered into the ratio study, and the state rolled them back, and they didn't explain why they rolled them back. And so we need an explanation for what they did. If nothing else, to just communicate with them and try to see if what they gave us is valid. So it's up to the town. It doesn't, there's no expense or anything to it. It's just a matter of getting together with the state and telling them we disagree with the numbers that they have and see if they reconsider.
So there's no penalty at all for us. Is that correct, Russ?
Correct.
All right.
See, under normal circumstances, the town would be required to go out for another reappraisal if this holds up. But again, there's nobody to do the reappraisals. There's 135 towns that are required to do a reappraisal according to the new list that the state published. So there's more than half of the state that is under the requirement to do a reappraisal. And again, there's nobody. So I'm slowing down. I'm getting older. I probably won't be available in 2030 or 2030 or 2031 to do a reappraisal. So
we'll get you some medical coverage, Russ.
Okay, good. Yeah, thanks.
No, I agree. I think we should appeal it because we can't do any more reappraisals. This is really getting out of hand at this point. And we have nothing to lose. Let's go forward. And I think that's what we do. Anybody else want to say no to that? Or? No?
Go for it.
Question?
Sure.
What is our CLA right now for the year records?
Well, it depends on if we use the CLA anymore, which the new one says we don't use it. Okay, Russ could sit here, could keep you here until tomorrow morning trying to explain why they changed it. And the CLA has been debated back and forth here again. But we were told during one of our BCA hearings that it dropped to 58%, which that's not true. It never was close to 58%.
No, we're at 81 point something.
Okay, there we go.
81.73. And the COD, the coefficient of dispersion, is 20.45.
So we would expect that the CLA would go down because they drop off the oldest. So it's a 3-year study, and they drop off the oldest year. So all the newer sales are going to be higher. So the CLA is going to go down. Right. So the district advisor said, that's not a bad CLA. It's the COD that's the problem.
See, there's a new one for you, COD, not cash on delivery either.
It's a coefficient. It's
it's the acronyms just will drive you crazy. Anyway, so if no one is against it, would somebody like to make a motion that we send this letter up to the folks in Montpelier?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve the assessor's appeal of the 2025 equalization study results.
All right, we have a second.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to second to approve the assessor's appeal of the 2025 equalization study results. All those in favor say aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries.
It doesn't say here, but I'm just curious what the COD is actually supposed to be.
Under 20. The COD is supposed to be under 20.
Yeah, so we're barely over. So the state says if you're 20.01, you got to do a reappraisal. So if you're 100th off, which it's just crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. It is crazy. Anyway, Russ, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Scott? Hey, Mark, do you want to come on?
Marshall has some spending to do. So the select board to possibly approve the purchase of a 2026 F600 in the amount of $84,110 and radio install in the amount of $1,600 from the highway equipment capital account.
Which one of this being replaced?
So it'd be truck 10, which is one of the 1 tons.
All right.
They're more than a ton and a half. But we will not be trading the truck in. We currently have no spare trucks at all. So as the first whole month of December, first part of December, 3 weeks, we were short a truck. We were short a truck over this weekend and supposedly getting it back tomorrow. They called and says done, so we're going to get it. So instead of truck's been a good truck. It's had some issues lately, but they supposedly just found no problem. They found a bad wire in the truck. We'd like to keep it, so we have a spare truck. Plus, it would help building and grounds when he's here. We have a truck for him to salt with because this one will have still the salter and stuff. It's all stainless steel body.
Okay.
So we'd like to keep it instead of trading it in. You guys, this is the truck that we approved the body for, not November like 3 months ago, November like a year and 3 months ago. This is the truck. This would be the chassis. So this truck would be getting built sometime this fall, but we want to order the truck because the truck's out too now. We're not just locating one, they're going to order it. You see, I got a couple quotes. I thought I was going to have a third one for another truck, but the guy was too busy and told us he didn't want to sell his truck anyway. So I guess he didn't want to sell it to us. This is a little bit more than the Ram, but we've had a lot of troubles getting service work done with the Ram, with both of them that we have right now. So that's why the Ford dealership, the one that's been taking care of us with the last 2 Fords we bought, have been very quick getting the truck in back to us. And if all else fails, there is 2 more dealerships, one on each side of us, because we're using Greenfield Ford. They've been very good to us. So we call, make an appointment, and they rush to get us in if it needs to be rushed. If it's not a rush, they give us an appointment. They get us back that day usually. The other dealerships only have 1 bay to work in. They claim that the trucks fit in and tell us that they can't work on it until the bay opens up. So that's why there's a new radio. Normally we'd just swap the radios from one truck to another. So that's why it's a brand new radio. The radios that are in the trucks are 15 years old. So this is a new radio that would be able to talk to the fire department and everything. It's kind of on the same type, not quite as fancy as the ones the fire department has, but same brand and everything. Be able to talk to the police as well. What's that? You'll be able to talk to the police as well. Police, no, yes and no. They can talk to us, and as long as they turn to our channel, we can talk to them. We're not going to the dual band because that's $4,000. And realistically, if there's ever a big emergency, they'll come to either the fire, which we can talk to fire. They'll come that way because they won't want to be statewide. They'll want to be local anyways. And they can talk to us now. Some of them can, I guess. Matt's department. He talks to me on the radio.
Okay.
We would rather not the guys not talk to the police. It's just better sometimes. They don't need to hear some of the nonsense, but they can talk to us. It is a bill.
Okay.
So that's that one. Any questions?
No, we do. We have enough funds in our capital account to cover this also.
Yes, and so to talk about, we can touch on that, is all this is if town meeting does not go well and they decide they're not going to fund us, we can cancel any of this without any penalties. They're not asking for money right now. It's just a lot of this stuff, if we don't order it or get a time slot, we can't have it for years. So that's the weird part.
But it's in the capital planning.
But yes, it is part of what we're planning on. So unless something happens at town meeting, they have a big meltdown, we have the money.
Okay. That's a cheery thought, by the way. A big meltdown. All right. So would somebody like to make a motion to approve the purchase of the 2006?
Who's the vendor?
2006?
Ford of Greenfield. Ford of Greenfield for the truck, and Procom, which is the radio dealer that's taking care of the fire department, police department, and us right now.
All right. Somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of a 2026 F600 in the amount of 84,110 and a radio install of 1,600 for the highway, from the highway department capital account.
All right. Do we have a second? Second. We have a motion and a second to purchase the 2026 F600 in the amount of $84,110 and a radio install in the amount of $1,600 from the highway equipment capital account. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Scott?
The select board to possibly approve the quote for refurbishing truck number 12 in the amount of $61,800.
This is the same plan we went through before.
Same idea, but we are using different vendors, and we're doing it a little different because we found after doing the last one, which it is still working great, there's no issues. Instead of refurbishing the sander part, the dump body and the sander part, because they're all in one unit, that we can actually purchase a new one and have it all installed, and it comes painted cheaper than we can pay somebody to rebuild it all and paint it. So again, this is actually all the back of the truck, the sander parts and all that would be new tarp, new cameras for the safety, because this truck only currently has one camera, so he'll end up with 3 so he can see in the back of the truck and everything like that. This is more so, this will not be done until fall, guaranteed. If we don't schedule a slot, we can't have this until next year. I do not have, so this is only there's still some chassis work that needs to be done, and I haven't been able to get good quotes on that yet, so that would be another later date, but it's not in a hurry because mechanical work we can have done a little easier than the body part. So right now you're just approving the body, and if something happened at town meeting or something happens with the truck before then, that we decide we don't want to go this route, they don't have a problem. They'll sell it to the next guy just like that because it's a common everyday thing. But if we don't schedule a time slot, we can't have it. Whitingham's currently been waiting. They have 2 brand new chassis, and they've been waiting for this body now for 3 years. They didn't order the body before that. They waited, got the trucks, and now they've ordered the body type thing. We try to be a little more proactive.
That makes sense.
So to replace this truck would be how much? To replace it as new?
Just to replace a whole brand new truck?
Yeah.
$310,000.
Okay.
That's the current price of that truck.
I was gonna say, that's today's price.
That's today's price.
Okay.
The last truck we refurbished, all said and done, it was around $130,000, and to replace that truck today is $150,000 because that was a bigger truck. This is truck number 12 is Doug's truck, which is a single axle. It's the one that does all Chimney Hill. So it's a little bit cheaper, not much, but a little.
All right. No other questions? Would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the quote for refurbishing truck number 12 in the amount of $61,800.
All right. Do we have a second?
Second it.
All right. We have a motion and a second to approve the quote refurbishing truck 12 in the amount of $61,800. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No opposed? Motion carries. Scott?
The select board to possibly appoint Bonnie Bohan as Green Up Day co-chair, and I believe she has a entourage with her.
Thanks.
Thanks, Marshall.
I guess the most obvious question is, how did you get talked into this?
Anthony is my husband, and he's been doing it for a few years with Kathy now. So, yeah, I've been helping behind the scenes in terms of storing things.
Okay.
And now I'm going to be on the front lines and helping with the rest.
Well, Kathy's been our legacy person, to realize that.
For 35 years.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's been a long haul. I mean, they were picking things up before we even had Earth Day, I think, at that point.
Oh, no.
But, well, was it the 1700s or 1800s? But either way, we're very pleased. And Kathy, obviously you recommend this young lady.
I do.
You do, okay.
Anthony's been doing a great job, and I know Bonnie will as well.
Thanks.
All right. Hey, any questions, folks? Now, you have to make a commitment. I don't know, not quite 30 years, do we, Kathy? Is that how we started?
I told her it's only 1 year at a time.
And that we can tell you that is the case, okay?
35 is a bit of a commitment, but we'll see how long I make it.
I think you'd probably enjoy this. All right. Would somebody like to make a motion?
I move to appoint Bonnie Bowen as Green Up Day co-chair.
All right. Do we have a second?
Second it.
All right, motion is second to appoint Bonnie Bohan as the Green Up Day co-chair. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Bonnie, welcome aboard. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Scott?
Just a little housekeeping. The select board to possibly accept the resignation of Jason Harnett from the Recreation Commission.
Was there a reason for it, Scott, or just?
I just think that it was time commitment.
Oh, okay.
He said he's writing to the rec team. This was back in December. To officially resign from my position on the Wilmington Recreation Commission. I've sincerely enjoyed working with all of you, but find myself with shifting priorities at overcapacity and an overcrowded schedule. I thank you for the camaraderie and partnership. Thank you, Jason Hartnett.
So do you need a motion on this to accept his resignation?
I think so.
I'll make the motion to accept the resignation with regret of Jason Hartnett from Recreation Committee. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. A 1% local option tax request, the select board to possibly approve the chamber's request for, it was originally 20,000. I believe Pam Green is here to change it to $18,750, so I'm told, for the 2026 fireworks.
Yes. So thank you for this opportunity. I think that you probably all are aware that the fireworks are a big event in the community every year, with a lot of family activities. And this year, we plan on a similar event, similar budget, with the exception of the cost of fireworks, which have gone up significantly. Between the 250th anniversary of the country and tariffs, because most fireworks come from China and their tariffs are around 30% right now. The cost of fireworks went from $14,000 to $20,000. So we do get money from Dover. We took that $6,000 increase and increased our ask from you, our ask from Dover, and we're also seeking more sponsorships from local businesses to cover that increase in cost.
So what's the final amount? 18,000?
$18,750.
I'm sorry?
$18,750.
$750.
And the reason I'm here so early, Tom, as you were questioning, is because we have to pay 50% deposit, so $10,000 to the fireworks company this month.
Already?
Yeah.
Well, that's very trusting, isn't it? This far out?
Yes.
Okay.
But they kind of, this year it was a little bit, they have you over a barrel. They said.
I do realize that, yes.
They said, if you want it, 20 grand or nothing.
Yeah.
So.
It's an amazing situation.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions?
So other than the fireworks, I see bounce houses.
Yep.
So what other?
So we get bounce houses, porta potties. We pay the police department for extra people for traffic control because we do the parking up in Howfield, and then the mover cooperates and shuttles around. So those are the costs. We have staffing costs, things like that.
So for July 4th, other than the fireworks, are there any of the decorations planned for the
Not
town?
Not from our end. I
Okay.
don't know. Therese is here. Therese is doing a lot of 250th planning, and we've talked a little bit, but I don't know how much more planning, what the planning is for decorations around town.
Okay. And the reason I ask, and it's very in the far future planning, but come holiday season next year, I would like to have a discussion with the chamber. We're doing some decorating in town, which there was none, as we all know. So that's why I was asking about the other decoration, but thank you.
Sure, happy to discuss things like that.
All right, any more questions? Would somebody like to make a motion?
Move to approve the chamber's request for $18,750 for the 2026 fireworks.
All right, do we have a second? All right, thank you, Tony. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve $18,750 out of 1% for the Chamber of Commerce's fireworks for 2026. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Charlie abstained on this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pam. Next up is the 2026 town meeting warning. The select board possibly approved the 2026 town meeting warning, which was in your packet. I think we got all the dates and numbers correct. Here's the one for signatures.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions on the articles or any concerns? None being seen. All right, would somebody like to make a motion then?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2026 town meeting warning.
Okay. We have motion second to approve the 2026 annual town meeting warning as proposed. All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Can I just ask one quick question? Scott, where is the solar panels for the town?
That's on Australian ballot.
It's a ballot
Oh, it's Australian
question.
ballot.
So
Okay, gotcha.
under Article 1,
Mhm.
it refers you
Oh, I
to
see.
the ballot question.
Yep, got it. Thank you. That was it. I'm in favor.
Scott?
Did you want to assign? Usually we assign select board members to certain articles to either, well, first to present it. The moderator will ask for someone to present the article from the select board and make the motion. And then if there's any initial discussion, it usually starts with a select board member who likes a particular article.
That we like this particular article?
We can explain it. We can start with an explanation. Of course, we have all of our experts at the table who can pitch in.
I'll take 3, 4, 5.
All right, hang on. I need to get a paper and pencil if we're assigning because I wasn't prepared to assign today. Hang on one sec.
I have it, Jess. 3, 4, 5 is Tom.
I'm sure you guys can hear me. So since we have some new members this year, I'll take whatever you want me to take. 3 or 4 of them. Just let me know which fits best.
Take 6 and 7, 8, I don't care.
Charlie, 6, 7, 8.
Yep.
I am indifferent, so I'll take whatever. One, what's left? 1,
9, you want 9, 10, 11?
sure. 1, 9, 10, 11, sure.
Did Tom take one?
Yeah, I'll take whatever. It doesn't matter.
The capital funds speak for themselves, so again, for the most part.
Yeah, it's just a matter of making the motion. What do we have, Vince, what'd you say?
I'll take whatever, so,
12, 13, 14?
yep, 15 as well.
Well, 13, 14, 15.
15, okay.
Okay.
I'll take what's left.
Done.
Don't they fight that?
Okay. How about transacting all that non-binding business? How about that?
I think John, if it's required, John will take it. Oh, non-binding. I'm sorry. I thought we were at one. Yes. I think the moderator just mentions that one,
Right.
but if not, someone will pitch in.
And Therese, is Bob Fisher required to get your petition in order for him to be the moderator this year?
For next year.
I mean, he's been busy out there getting signatures. I knew that. I just wasn't. But when we voted last year, that's what we did, just to allow him to go. Only him, though, correct?
No. Anybody in the county.
Okay, all right.
You'll see it on the ballot, but basically it's that it is now a Vermont resident. They do not have to be a resident.
The town, okay. And that's because we don't have anybody that will run against them anyway.
Just to open your options, that's the way you voted it last year.
Okay, all right. All right, thank you. All right. I think the rest of the capital funds, anybody can respond to.
I got Tony down for.
Okay, all right,
I think we're all squared away at this point.
good. All right, so let's move on.
Water and sewer?
Water and sewer, I move we go to the sewer commission. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I'm gonna give you a short overview. I'm gonna invite Chris to come up. And add to the conversation since he is the expert. Is it right?
What's that?
You're the expert.
Oh, yeah,
You're
yeah.
the expert.
Well, it's nice to see you though, Chris.
It's good to be seen.
Yeah.
So we have a loan. We had a loan for the SLI, the service line inventory. Okay. So what we're asking for in this particular request is for the commission to possibly approve a loan amendment for a line of funding for lead-related projects as an addendum to the service line inventory loan, RF 35151.0, and contracting with MSK Engineering. Now, MSK Engineering was selected, they're one of the engineering firms selected by the state to provide the next step or phase in the service line, from the service line inventory. And they gave us an initial, in their initial proposal, MSK gave us a $290,000 proposal. And Chris has, and Chris and John are working together, but Chris primarily, I think, has the current proposal down to $220,000. Now, it involves a fair amount of work, which should be done by an engineering firm, and it's due in 2033?
32 or 30.
2032. And so we anticipate that this is a loan, and this is the way they do these things. First they loan, and then they forgive a certain amount of the loan. So what we're told at this point is that if we get our application in right away, before February the 6th, or on or before this February the 6th, in working with MSK, that if we're accepted, which we anticipate we will be because they accepted this already for the first portion of the loan, Our understanding is the first 100,000 would be forgiven. Anything over that is 50% off as long as the money lasts. This is on a first come, first served basis. It is work that we will have to do. It's a federal and state mandate in terms of identifying lead and copper, lead and
No, just the lead lines.
just lead lines. And so both Chris and John have talked with state reps as well as the MSK engineering, Patrick Smart, I was gonna say Smart. And then you'll see there's an outline of what all of that entails. Now, we would work with them, Chris and John will work with them in creating the proposal. Now, we whittled it down to 220,000, but there is some area that we think, can't guarantee it, but we think there's some areas that either won't be necessary or we'll be able to help out and reduce some of the costs. So in general, we're looking for approval that I can sign off and represent the select board, the commissioners, up to 220,000. And we, of course, will be looking for that forgiveness.
So this
Anything else?
proposal is to dig up 63 service lines to find out what the material is made of?
No, we have 63 there that says that's unknown,
Right.
unknown pipes. So first we're going to do, it's called sequential sampling on those 63 lines. There's like a 93% rate of being able to determine that, whether it's not lead. So we won't be digging up 63, I think, because then it becomes a non-lead line. Then you have to validate a certain percentage of the non-lead line. So I think of those 63, you have to dig up like 20, 29 or.
It's like a random check, the digging is like done randomly based on the first 93, I think.
So we're gonna dig up, let's say 30%, 18, whatever. And if 18 are good, then we don't have to dig up the rest of them?
Right.
So is this proposal to dig up all of them or just that percentage?
Just a percentage of the lines that the sequential sampling didn't prove out to be non-lead.
Right.
And then there's also a certain amount that were done, we don't have as-built for, that was done before, that were installed before 1987, I think it is. And so those are also called non-lead lines or unknown lines.
Okay.
And so we have to dig up a certain percentage of those as well. I think it's 30%.
So if the 30% comes out with 50% of the 30 as lead, then you have to dig up all of them?
We don't anticipate that we're going to find.
Well, I understand that, but is that what they've
They've been updating this rule as it goes along.
Okay.
They really played kind of free and fast with it in the beginning. Nobody really knew. They knew they were going to do it, but they didn't know how they were going to do it or how they were going to implement it. There was a part to this that the way I got it down $70,000 was they had 194 service lines that were categorized as non-lead materials. And since I did that the first time, they changed the rule again and said that, well, if some of your lines were installed after 87, then that's when they weren't allowed to use lead anyways. So that took 138 of them off the 194 and reduced it to 56 lines that were non-lead materials. So out of those 56, yeah, we'd have to dig up, I think it's 30%, or if 30% for one category, 20% for another category. But I think it was,
So 56 out of the 194, we have to
17.
take a percentage, and then a percentage of the 63 we have to do also. Is how I'm reading that. Is that
Excuse
right?
me?
So we're doing a percentage of the 63 with one segment of unknown and a percentage of 50,
Well, the
whatever the number
63
is.
is gonna get cut down. I've got it down to 5 in the end, using the, their calculations.
Okay,
Because you're gonna do some sequential sampling of those lines, which you have to calculate the volume of the line, the length of the line, and the volume of the water in it by the length and the size of the line, and then you just collect the amount of water and you send that to the lab for lead testing. If it comes back non-lead, then you don't have to dig those up. If it comes back that the line, for some reason, it's not feasible to do it, depending on who's in the house or how long the line is or whatever, or it just comes back unconclusive, they figure there's about 5 of those that would have to be dug up. So I've never asked if you've dug one. Okay, so you got 5 to dig up, and say you found one lead line, whether you'd have to do any more digging for. Well, you wouldn't have to do any more than approved non-lead. So you have to dig those 5 up anyways. And then the other ones, like, let's see. I guess I had put down in the report copper lines for our side that were done in the 70s. From your parents' house down out to the Grand Union, Shaw's. And because I was prior to the 1987 timeline, they say we got to dig up a percentage of those. So, yeah, there was 22 of them. 22 digs for that type of lines, not just that section. So there's 22 of those and 5 of the others.
Okay.
The sequential sampling portion of the whole program is $77,000, and that really needs to be done by an engineer. And there's $100,000 forgiveness if we can put the application in by February 6th. You know, you at least have the $100,000 to do the $77,000 worth of work. All the digging, as nice as it would be nice to have it all done at once, you have until 2032 to finish that off. And stretch it out.
So it's a matter of you replace the pipe? You treat the
Well,
pipe?
if you found a lead line, yes, you'd have to replace the pipe. And we have some unknown, okay, so there's the system side of the service line, and then there's the homeowner side of the service lines. We went into all the basements and identified all the homeowners side of the service line. And they have a mixture of copper, galvanized, and plastic that I found. If they have a galvanized line and we have an unknown upstream from it on the system side, that becomes a galvanized requiring replacement until we've proven that it's not a lead line ahead of it. So if you found a lead line, you definitely have to replace it. If there's a lead line ahead of the galvanized line, then you have to replace the whole thing.
Okay.
If there's a lead line ahead of a copper line or a plastic line, you just have to replace the lead line. But I don't think you're going to find a lead line out there.
Okay. You've worked with MSK for some time, did you not?
I have worked with MSK before. We also had another engineering firm that we worked with that weren't interested in doing it. I've talked with the state, and they said there was like only 2 down in our area, MSK and Otter Creek. And Otter Creek is up
Well, the north.
Farther north, yeah.
Okay.
They also, MSK, their proposal is very conservative. I did speak with them on the phone already about this. And they were saying that their proposal is pretty conservative, so they made sure that they had enough money. So you wouldn't be getting hit with, enough uptick on, they wanted to cover the bases.
Right.
They'd rather tell you it's gonna be 220, have it be 200 instead of 240 or 250. So, yeah.
Any other questions? Somebody like to make a motion?
What is the amount?
220,000 is what I'm asking, or up to, give me approval to establish an agreement with MSK to do the work. And then they'll work with us on the loan and the application and all that business.
That's for a grant for 220. It may not come to that.
Yeah, it's considered a loan because that's the way they do it, and then they forgive back a certain amount after we've done the work we said we would do.
It's mandatory work. If the worst case scenario, you got to pay 25% of it. So.
All right, so I'll make a motion to approve a loan amendment for the line of funding for lead-related projects as the addendum to the service line inventory loan RF3-515-1.0 and contracting MSK Engineering in the amount of 220,000 even.
I'll second it.
All right, motion in a second to approve the loan amendment for the line of funding for lead-related projects as an addendum to the service line inventory loan RF 3-515-1.0 and contracting MSK Engineering. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'm going to move right now to go into the Liquor Commission. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to the Liquor Commission. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, Scott?
The Liquor Commission to possibly approve a third-class renewal for L&W Hospitality doing business as Nutmeg Inn. This is a renewal.
All right, I imagine the chief has looked at everything.
We're all set.
We're all good? Okay. Somebody like to make a motion?
Move to approve as read and written.
Jesus Christ, what was that? Yeah.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve a third-class renewal for L&W Hospitality doing businesses that make in. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Scott, other business?
Unless I'm told otherwise, I have no other business for you.
Okay, all right. Select board members' comments? John?
None at this time.
All right. Vincent? Charlie?
Nothing. I had a Bytown economic meeting last week. Nothing major except for Hermitage Club announced their ski day February 2nd. Yeah, that's it. It's all sold out. Great, I brought it up.
Which is actually the change this year, that they're not requiring residents that anybody got tickets. So that's, I mean, I think it sold out last year also, but it was much quicker selling out. I did get my 2 tickets there.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything to add. Tony, anything at all?
Nothing, thank you. No, sir.
Okay, all right. Scott, we'll go to updates, I guess.
The only thing I have is just to remind you, in the legal corner, 43 Stearns Way is the Elizabeth Lacombe Revocable Trust. We're still waiting for summary judgment decision by the court. And the last staff's conference was actually canceled by the court on January the 5th. We have an in-person Superior Court case at 140 Elwell Heights Road. This was Mr. Ziskowski. And so that is coming up on January the 27th at 10 a.m. And it's an in-person case. Ed will be down for that. We have heard from Mr. Silverstein on his notice of appeal to E-Court. That was received on December the 16th, and he had, that was for DRB, his request to demolish the two buildings. And he's corresponding with Ed, and we're waiting for him to file his statement of questions. On the Claudette Wilson trustee, that was at 323 Boyd Hill Road. Wilson, they filed an appeal with the Supreme Court. The notice was dated January the 10th. We received the notice on January the 12th. In a letter to the court, Claudette Wilson states, as noted, my husband, Kenneth Wilson, will be self-representing me on my behalf. We do not intend to engage the services of an attorney at this point in time. In the docketing statement, Wilson declines an expedited deposition by a 3-justice panel. Our town attorney, Ed Adrian, responded on behalf of the town, and in the notice, this is how the town attorney responded to them. In the notice, Claudette indicates that she will be representing that her husband will be representing her at the Vermont Supreme Court. And he notes that you are not a licensed attorney in Vermont. The town will object to your attempting to represent Ms. Wilson at the Supreme Court since you are not a licensed attorney. The court is different than in PVR in that either you can represent yourself, which in this case would be your wife, or you need to be represented by a licensed attorney. Wilson is talking about wanting the case remanded back to PVR to be reconsidered. And on the town's behalf, Ed is saying, I cannot give you any legal advice, but if you withdraw your appeal to the Vermont Supreme Court and file a motion to reconsider with PVR, the town will not oppose your motion to reconsider procedurally, which means that we have no objection to the PVR taking it up, and we will likely oppose any reconsideration substantively in that we agree with the reasoning of the PVR. And that's all I have until the executive session.
Anyone else have anything here for the good of Wilmington? None being seen, we will start our journey into executive session. And I will move that to find that premature general public knowledge of the flood resiliency program would clearly place the town at a substantial disadvantage. All those in favor say aye. Good night. Thank you.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. I move to enter an executive session under T1 VSA 313A3 to discuss the possibility of a real estate purchase for flood resiliency. All those in favor say aye.
Would you like me to join you?
I'm sorry?
Would you like me to join?
I believe that you were included in that.
Oh, sorry.
She's no longer.
And you had a vote?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We came out of executive session at 7:20 with no action taken. How's that?
Hold on.
All right, that being said, would somebody entertain a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
All right.